So again, I just kind of explained what it was. They're all kind of similar. Some of them have pluses, some of them have minuses. As far as the mock draft database, that's the first one we're going to go through. So I already pre-selected. You select the Raiders. And I encourage you guys to be doing this as well on your own time. It's a lot of fun to try to figure out what kind of holes we can fill. We're going to do 7 rounds. I like to set it to fast because some of these are even slow on fast mode, so we don't want to do that. And I just kind of put this RC Mock Draft 1.0. So let's hit the button. So now it's going to start simulating. So we draft 20 seconds. So you're going to be seeing they're going to be plugging in players for each selection for each team here. And then this one's going to be their best available. Now, of course, the rankings are a little kind of questionable from site to site. Some of them are close, some of them are not. I kind of like this website because it's a little, you can see it better. That's why I started with it. I know some of you are watching from your phones, and I can zoom in and you can actually see they have logos and colors. There's one that's a lot better with the actual functionality, but it's really kind of plain Jane. So we will get to that. So here we are, 22nd pick. You can scroll up to see players that were taken. There you go, Husker. Looks like Minnesota took your guy 12th overall. Offensive tackles here. I wouldn't have minded coming down. Ahmad Gardner. It's another guy I would love to have. I don't think it's going to have. That's a player I think if we're going to move up to go get a guy like that. Drake London's already off the board. Going to be replacing Landry and OBJ there, of course. Let's see. Jordan Davis, that makes complete sense with the Chargers. Interior defensive line, they need help there. So these are the best available players here. Of course, a quarterback. I'm going to assume that we didn't trade away Derek Carr. I know there's more talk about that. I don't think it's going to happen. So I'm not in the market for a quarterback, especially in the first round. Kenyon Green is here. Interior. So this is interior alignments. That's a center guard, if you don't know that. Edge rushers. Chris Olave is here, wide receiver. Trevor Penning, Trent McDuffie, probably the best corner available that will probably be available to us in the first round. I do like Kaiir Elam with his reach. He's kind of a longer, lankier guy. He's kind of smaller, but Trent kind of can do it all. So I wouldn't mind that as well. So I want to get your thoughts. I don't want to just be picking these. I could just do this on my own and just plop the pictures like I did in the last live stream to give you a flavor. I want to get your opinion on these as far as where we go in these drafts and how they fall and the players that come down. This is what's exciting about this. So let's get your opinions right here. Husker Raider says, I don't mind Green. I like Penning there. Dominique says Olave or Leal. Let's see. Yeah, Leal's here. Interior line. So let's see. There's other websites, so the functionality is a little bit different. There's one of these websites where you can pick multiple positionings and then go from there. So personally, if I'm doing this one, I want this guy right here, Trevor Penning. This is a left tackle, a mean streak. This is like an old school Raider guy. And I know he played on the left side, but I'm sure we can plug him in on the right side, no problem. Plus, if something were to happen to Colton Miller, we could put him on the left side as well. There's some concerns about him being a little bit too slow as far as speed rushers. But on the right side, I'm not too concerned about that. Like I said, he plays on the mean streak, and he's a type of guy that can instantly bolster our run blocking as well. So I would want him. I don't know. Let's see what you guys see. Nod, welcome you. I see you in here. You just popped in. You said Penning or Elam. I like those as well. Olave is interesting, but in my scenario, we've already traded for Brandon Cooks, and we traded Cleve Farrell in either a third or a fourth round. I'm going to assume because they're going to give us a full complement of our draft picks at this year's draft. I'm going to assume we gave them the 2023 draft pick, like I said in the previous live stream. To me, wide receiver would not be a priority in the first round. Plus, there's a lot of talented wide receivers in this draft. Let's see, Penning, loving it. Let's see. I don't want a rookie tackle that we're converting to right tackle like we did last year with Leatherwood. Okay. Leal, let's see. We kind of need a little bit of a tiebreaker here. Let's see. We got Penning, 2 votes for Penning, 1 Elam. Leal. Like I said, I think this is the pick. Personally, Like I said, we have one offensive tackle signed right now. In my scenario, we signed Bobby Massey, veteran, for right tackle. I think we would do wonders for our team if we could get a guy like this in the first round. Again, he plays like an old Raider. I mean, if we're going to be Raiders, this is the kind of guy we need. We need like a road grader attitude, plays on and through the whistle. This would be my pick right here, unless of course you want to trade down. Now, we could talk about that. Now, with this website, they're all a little bit different. You can offer trades. Now, it doesn't really say that, you know, and there's some other websites that'll say, yes, this team wants to trade with you. And some will even say they're going to offer this. And we'll get to those in a minute after we get through here. But now the trading is, it's okay. If we'll just go through. We're not going to trade, but I just want to kind of show you. Let's say we want to trade 7 spots with Miami. So you would add this one. Now this is kind of how like a seesaw here. So this is skewed obviously the wrong way. So we're going to add the 29th so it gets a little more even. And see, now we added their 2nd round pick. Now they're saying it's skewed too far this way. So so they're saying if we were down 7 spots, we would take their 3rd and 4th round pick. Now they will allow this. See, it's open. If not, it'll be grayed out in this website. Just to let you know, personally, I don't want to trade because I think that we don't need the trade right here. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm trying to zoom in so you guys can see it, especially you guys that are on cell phones, because a lot of these sites are a little bit kind of clunky as far as that goes. So I'm trying to do what I can do to better, so you can better see this. So it just covered the X. I don't want to trade here. I'm going to take Penning here. There's a lot of I think once we do that, I'm not worried about it. I have Massey. I have him. We can pick up another tackle later on if we want. Again, I went and got Larry Ogunjobi. I'm not too worried about defensive tackle right now. So it looks like there's more Pennings out there. Let's see. So we're going to pick him. Let's see. We'll just put this in here. And they're all a little different. It just says defend your pick. And I'm going to put mean streak. Because he plays with a mean streak. And that's what I want. I want some attitude on the line. So now it's going to go through. Now I set this to fast. You can notice this thing is still slower than slow. So we're going to be going through. Devontae Wyatt would have been a nice player. Didn't fall. It all depends. You could do this 10 times and you're going to have different players fall, of course. That's kind of the fun of this, to try to figure out the best options you can get. So now our next pick is 53. So we filled out the offensive tackle position. I'm not as concerned about it anymore. Now we can go to defensive tackle. We can put somebody over there. Courtney Garrett, welcome here. He said if Devin Lloyd or Davis is there, I'd take them. In this scenario, both of those players were taken before us at 22. The Vikings took your defensive tackle. Let's see. Perry and Winfrey. Yeah, they also took your wide receiver, if you notice that. So maybe you're drafting for them. I don't know. So okay. So what's a position do you think we should go after? Now this is the best available to their rankings, so you can see the rankings here. So we'll just scroll here. Again, it's the functionality is going to be better for you because I had to zoom in so you guys could see this, unfortunately. So it's a little bit clunky as far as that goes, but when you do this on your own, it's going to be a lot better. Jalen Petrie is moving up, but I think he's more of a slot corner than a safety. That's my opinion. I don't think we really need that. Breece Hall, I wouldn't mind getting running back, but not right now. Perry and Winfrey, yes, is. Let's see. Let's see who else was taken. Yeah, a lot of defensive tackles were taken. So maybe in this scenario, Dominique, you might have been right to go that way, but again, a lot of some offensive tackles were taken as well. So. I think right tackle is our most important option heading into this draft. So, Dominique says DT, wide receiver or linebacker. So we can go here. We'll go to defensive line. So this is edge rushers, ends. So Travis Jones, this guy's kind of a beast. another kind of big, powerful, mean kind of guy. Would be a nice compliment, to be honest with you. I'm kind of leaning right there. Farrell and Ridgeway are kind of moving up the draft boards. I don't think they'll last this long once we get to February, or once we get to April rather. Let's see what we got as far as wide receivers. Jalen Tolbert's got a lot of play, small school, pretty good. Christian Watson, same thing. Again, I don't think wide receiver is what we need right now, especially if we get Brandon Cooks. Let's see, Quay Walker, Chad Muma. That would be probably the heir apparent to Denzel Perryman. I don't think we're going to re-sign him after this year. So if we wanted to get him, that's probably where we need him right now. We don't pick again until the 86th pick. Of course, we can make trades if you want to, but I think there's enough talent here to select. So let's see what you're saying here. Jones is cool. He was the lone bright spot at UConn. Chad Muma. So we got some Muma and we got some Jones. So to me, it looks like that's the pick I would be making here. Travis Jones is your pick. I like Jones as well. I think you could put him right next to Ogunjobi. That would be very interesting. So yeah, Husker says we have no defensive tackles. You are correct in that we have no defensive tackles on the active roster at this time. We do have technically one like on the reserve list. I'm not counting that guy, and we only have one offensive tackle, and that's of course Colt Miller. That's why I was worried about right tackle. I think they're going to keep Leatherwood at right guard, so we needed them. That's why I went and got Massey in free agency in my scenario, and I got Larry Ogunjobi, who could also play a nose tackle if they're going to switch out and do 3-4 kind of back and forth formations like Coach Graham wants to do. I wouldn't mind, honestly, I wouldn't mind Travis Jones here right next to Ogunjobi. I mean, you've basically got four guys that can go after the quarterback, two guys inside that can collapse the pocket. I like that. Muma would be nice. I think he's better suited on the inside. I think he would be better suited if we didn't have Denzel Perryman. If for some reason we trade Perryman, or he does get hurt. Perryman does get hurt. He's had some injuries. He had some injuries with the Chargers. Of course, he had the hip injury with Carolina, and that basically lost his job, and we got him for a song, basically. So that could be an option, but to me, that would be more of a 2023 pick where we could plug him in at starting inside linebacker, the Mike. Muma. I like our linebacking core right now. I like it better when we cut Littleton after June 1st. I'll really like it, and KJ's going to be gone anyway. I'm not worried about that. Divine Diablo and Perryman are pretty good. I wouldn't mind another linebacker. I would like somebody more like Osamoa, more of a outside guy. He's kind of more of a tweener. I'd rather have him than a Muma right now, to be honest. Let's see. But we're going to go by what you want here. Let's see. Looks like it's between Jones and Muma. It looks like Muma is winning here. Chevy Silver Raider, good to see you in here. We're doing our first official mock draft live stream. I call it 1.0. This is our first one. We're doing an NFL mock draft database. Let's see. We'll be happy with the DC extension, or do you want to move on? Let's get to that during the question and answer segment. I prefer to extend him. I did talk about that in my last live stream, but I want to get through these mock drafts because they do take some time if we don't agree. So it looks like Muma. I see 4 votes for Muma. So we're going to go with Chad Muma here. Not necessarily agreeing with that. Travis Jones went right after to Arizona. Like, the rich get richer. They got to replace Calais Campbell anyway, so it's a good pick for them. All right, so now we're at pick 86, third round pick. So we have our linebacker. Brian Asamoah is here. This would be my pick. See, this is where I would have picked Jones and then Asamoah. I think that would have been stronger in my opinion, but you guys want to pick them. This would be great if Perryman gets hurt. Now, he could get hurt. Like I said, he's off injured. Very strong player, makes a hell of a lot of tackles. I could see that. So Brian Asamoah, to me it looks like the pick here. Let's see, as far as tackles, you got Farrell kind of climbing up the boards. Ridgway's a little bit of a sleeper. In this scenario, though, we're probably going to have to bring Quentin Jefferson back. Maybe even Phylon if his knee's better. I don't know about that. I'm not so sure if we're going to have a starting DT here in this group. May need some grooming. Again, we only have so many picks, of course. You know, once you get to the third, the fourth round, you know, you're trying to find diamonds in the rough here. Let's see. Ridgway is there right here, 156. Let me scroll up. Sorry about that. Yeah, you can't see it because of the graphic. There we go. Again, I'm trying to zoom this in so you guys can see. Of course, when you do this, you won't have to do this. You get more of the screen. So Ridgway is there. I see one vote for Ridgway. I see one vote for Asamoah. Dominique with 2 votes for Asamoah or a defensive tackle. That could be either way. That's my vote, but Carter is better in my opinion. Do you want to get Carter then? If you're gonna spend third round draft capital and you think Carter's better, you should go get him, and then or go Asamoah and then hope Ridgway is here in the fourth round. So remember, we have first, second, third, fourth, 2 fifths. With the Trent Brown nonsense from Patriots, and then a 7th. So we have 7 picks going into the draft. Asamoah. I see Asamoah. So we're going to go with Asamoah. Now this is again, this is kind of an undersized. Think Jeremiah Wusu-Koramoah, something like that. More sideline to sideline guy though. So we're going to go with him, third round. So our next draft pick is at 124, fourth round. So it's going to just play through here. So right now we've had offensive tackle and 2 linebackers. So now in this one, you can kind of see this is where we're at so far. So inside guy, outside guy, right tackle. Not bad. Not bad so far, guys. So, okay, fourth round. What do we need? Of course, defensive tackle is still looming there. Corners are an option as well. Let's see. These are the corners we have: Jalen Watson, Joshua Williams. I like Cam Taylor-Britt. I think that's a good middle round prospect there. Let's look at Ridgway is still here. If you want Ridgway, I think we're very fortunate he's still here. Let's see. What should we be looking at? You want to look at safety? So you're talking about replacing Jonathan Abram. Smoke Monday. A lot of people like Smoke Monday. I don't know if it's because of the name. I mean, he's a good player too, but safety, corner, wide receiver. I'll take a look at the wide receivers that are left here. So we kind of, by taking the 2 linebackers, of course, a lot of the big name wide receivers are gone as well. I think Ridgway would be the way to go. I have him as the 6th best defensive tackle. It says Husker Raider. Of course, the combine will tell all. So you guys kind of all over the place. I'm going to go with Ridgway here. I think that's probably the best pick in the 4th round. I'm going to take a look at where we stand as far as running backs, because I told you I want to get a running back at some point to spell Josh Jacobs, if you're listening. Now, with this website, they don't give you a lot of player profiles. That's kind of the downside of this website. I think it looks the best of the 3. It's a lot more colorful, but it lacks in some of this. It does offer some trades, but it's kind of wonky. So let's go with we're going to go with the quarterback. Now, some of these sites, they allow you to search players. So you can search names, but they don't do that here. This is the best available. Isaiah Likely is kind of climbing up. I know PFF did a piece on him. He's basically, another receiving tight end. I'm really thinking Ridgeway because we've kind of forsaken that DT spot. And it would be nice to go there. And I see some. Guys are kind of all over the place. So we're going to go with Ridgeway here and let it go. So we're going to have 2 5th-round picks. Let's see, 162, 163 back to back. So we're going to see who is available. Let's see. Brian Robinson Jr. That's not bad. So let's see. Damian Pierce. Uh-oh, I'm getting excited now. This is a guy I'd want running the ball in the 3rd quarter. I talked to you guys about that last live stream. This guy is very strong lower body, kind of a one-cut guy, and just hit the hole and pound people. That and with the offensive line, I would like that. So Dominic says we need to develop a young quarterback sooner or later. Courtney Garrett says Pierce. Again, I don't want to influence you guys. I want you guys to have put this out as well. And also at this point, if you're saying names, I can't look them up. If there's some kind of sleeper guy you want, just put the position on there. I might not have heard of him. I know some people like Cade Mays. Probably at guard. I think that might be an option later on. But remember, we have back-to-back picks. Jesse Luketa, Penn State, outside guy. We did get Asamoah. This would be kind of a consolation if we didn't get Asamoah, in my opinion. I'm kind of done drafting linebackers. We already drafted 2 in this mock draft. So let's see. Not much left here. Corner. We could look at corner. So we have 2 picks back to back. I'm thinking corner. To me, I would probably take Cam Taylor-Britt and probably Damian Pierce. That would be my opinion back to back. I want to see what you guys have to say, though. I wouldn't mind a running back right here or even a tight end, unless Strong is there. Strong is usually kind of low on the list. Let me see. There he is, Pierre Strong. That's an option, too. I think one of these picks needs to be a running back to back up Jacobs, and I want somebody who can pound the ball. Next year has better quarterbacks in the draft. Yeah, we'll see. Nod. Right now, I think I would say Derek Carr is probably going to be our guy for the next 3 seasons. So I would not draft a quarterback this year at all. I would get a cheap backup and just kind of roll with it. So look at tight end. All right, so I think corner should be a pick. Pierce Strong, White at running back, and then a wide receiver. So I would say either corner. We have 2 picks: corner, running back, wide receiver. I would say those are probably the positions we need to focus on. So let's see. Javon Healy here. He's a tall kid. I think, honestly, I would probably wait. Let's see. Pierre Strong. Courtney likes Pierre Strong. What do you guys think about Pierre Strong? You guys like Pierre Strong? Go corner. Well, we got 2 picks in a row. Wes Packer, good to see you in here. I didn't see you up there. I see you pop up right there. So, we couldn't go corner. Which corner do you guys want? That would be the big one. So Javon isn't bad either. I think he'll probably last until the 7th round, maybe. Remember, we have 2 5ths, but we don't pick again until the 7th round. All right, let's go with Strong. Pierre Strong. We're going to draft him. Now we pick 164. So I'm thinking corner. Let's see, just scrolling up to see if anybody said anything after that. Let's see. I'm gonna go with Cam Taylor-Britt here. I think that probably, let's see. I don't know anything about this guy. Fayetteville State, Jalen Armour. Let's see. Let's just go with this, and let's see who. Let's see if that's another thing about these mock drafts. If you do these, you can see, well, who's going to be available at the next pick, and then you can kind of look back. Well, maybe I should have went this way. You know, if you have number of holes to fill, probably be better off to go here, because there's still going to be a plethora of talent at this other position that you need to stock up on as well. Let's see. Husker Power. Let's see who they have the best overall. Baylor, Kentucky. Let's see. Not a whole lot of talent left. Eric Johnson's kind of a little bit of a sleeper. People are talking about now. Had a pretty decent Senior Bowl. I think he was like a late invite, they said, or something. That could be an option. I mean, we're in the 7th round now, guys. So, you know, picks are going to be few and far between here. Get a tall kid at wide receiver, see if you can groom him. Sounds like Marcel Aitman in the 7th round. Let's go with him. We'll just go with him. So now the draft is finishing up. We've selected all of our players here. Let's see. And then at the end, it's going to kind of give you an overall here. Let's see. Let me pull it back a little bit so we can see all of our picks here. So this is the summary of all of our picks here. We didn't do any trades here. We'll probably do some more. We'll probably do some trades on the next one. Penning makes sense. Muma probably would have went Jones here, but that's good anyway for Perryman. Osimo, I think he's flexible. Even if we move on from Abram, maybe we could put him at safety. Definitely outside linebacker candidate. Ridgeway, sleeper. Pierre Strong, solid. I mean, it's not a bad draft overall. So I won't lie, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of us going back to Ackland. Neither am I, Husker. Like I said, I think Jones would have been great there. He's kind of like the mean streak. He's like Penning on the other side of the ball. Put him next to Ogunjobi. Ogunjobi can kind of play nose tackle if you need him. 3. You can kind of go all over. I think his foot will be okay. I think that's probably one of our biggest priorities. Not bad overall. Let's go to the next one, and that's the we're going to go to Pro Football Focus.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.